Good morning, everybody. This is Kathy Elkins with Premier Marketing. How are you doing this morning? I have Macy Leonards with us with Assurity Life. She's their regional wholesaler. She's kind of my go-to person to ask a lot of questions with. If you give me a call and I tell you I don't know, I'll give her a call and ask a couple questions. Hi, Macy. How you doing this morning?
Hey, Kathy, I'm great. Thank you.
Yes. So I love this that you tell us you're a social media marketing certified. Can you explain that to everybody, what that means and how this is going to help them?
Absolutely. So I've been working with social media marketing for approximately 9 years. Started out with an internship in San Diego in my college years and have kind of carried it forward since. Worked with some large brand names, but today I am able to say that I am officially certified. Now, in the past, there has not really been much in the way of becoming certified or educated in a formal manner for social media marketing, but recently I took a very long course through a company called HubSpot and had to take a very grueling exam at the end, at which I was informed that I passed and am now able to call myself certified in social media marketing. So I've got lots of tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you guys today.
Wonderful. Well, we were excited to listen and learn some new ideas on how to market ourselves and get on Facebook and find out how to do leads. So I'm going to turn this over to you so you can start the presentation. If anyone has any
Perfect.
questions, there's a question area out here and a chat log. And I apologize, a few people told me that they had no problems, they could hear her. So it must be a technical problem with my phone. So I do apologize. So let's get
No
this started.
worries at all. I'm glad we're
All
double
right.
checking. Definitely
Yep,
want to
just to
make
make
sure
sure.
it's well worth everyone's time today. So thank you so much, Kathy, and thank you for everyone who's joining us today. We've got a lot of material that we're going to cover, so feel free again to put any questions that you have in the chat feature. What we're going to cover today: why is a Facebook business page important to your business, to growing leads, to being relevant in the market? We're going to go through a step-by-step process of setting up a business page, a Facebook business page for your business. I've got screenshots I'm going to share. And then we're going to go through tools to help you post and gain traction on that page. So it's going to be very interactive. Again, I would recommend taking screenshots, writing notes, and adding questions to that chat feature so we can tackle those at the end. So if you're asking yourself, is it really important that I have a Facebook business page? The answer is yes, 100%. Social selling is a term that we use. It's actually defined as the practice of targeting, prospecting, and building relationships on social media. Now, about 78% of sales professionals who use social media perform better than their peers, and that's from a company called Sprout Social. You really do not want to be left behind in this area without especially a Facebook business page to start. You could be losing out on many, not only leads, but also just clients who already are aware of you, want to work with you. If they try to look you up on Google, for example, Facebook business pages do appear, and without that showing up, it's a little bit less relevant. It's a little bit less trustworthy to work with that person because they're not seen as relevant or prevalent in the market. So you definitely need to have a Facebook business page. Now, according to McKinsey and Company, 30% of agents say that lead generation is their biggest challenge. So go ahead and type into the chat feature if lead generation is one of your biggest challenges today. And we just want to take a quick toll here just to see generally if that's a concern to you. Now, about 80% or up to 82% of potential prospects can be found online. Getting on social media can drastically, therefore, improve the number of quality leads that we can help you find. So let's look at that a little bit closer. Facebook, and why Facebook specifically. It is the number one most used platform among all United States adults, no matter what ethnicity, gender, or location. There are over 2.45 billion users on Facebook. That's a lot of leads for you, right? Now, on Facebook, you can have millions of followers. There's not really a cap to how many people can follow your page and interact, find you on Google. So there's just a wide option out there for you to be relevant and be found. So you also receive analytics. You're able to tell what your audience is interested in, what you should incorporate more into your conversations. It is also one of the best social advertising platforms as far as paid advertising goes. Number one, in my opinion, is Facebook for paid advertising. If that's something you're interested in, there's even a method called the dollar a day strategy. We're not going to talk about that today, but you can Google it. Something if you've got a lower budget and you want to start out at just $1 a day, there is a strategy out there for that. Again, relevancy in the market allows you to have some more relevancy in the market if you have a Facebook business page. So we have now looked at why you should have a Facebook business page. I hope that I've established for you that it is important, very important to have a Facebook business page. So from here, a lot of the people that I talk to and consult with, their next question is, all right, I'm on board, but how do I do this? You know, social media can be grueling. It can be overwhelming. It's constantly changing. So today, what we're going to do in the next few slides is I'm going to show you a step-by-step process of exactly how to set up a Facebook business page. So I went onto my own personal Facebook and I created a sample Facebook page so we could walk through this together. So step number one is going to be to log into your first personal Facebook account. If you don't have a Facebook account for your personal self, create one first. Now, this is not going to essentially integrate or show posts from your personal life onto your business page. These are going to be separate, but you do have to have a personal Facebook page to set up a business page. So the first step is to log in. So here's a screenshot of what your home page should look like once you log in. On the left-hand side is where I'm going to point you to. You're able to see your name, your friends, pages, which is where we're going to go, groups, marketplace, and watch, and then there's some more, okay? So again, on the left, we can see that pages with the orange flag here, and this is the button that we want to click first in order to create a business page. Now, I blocked out some of these things because there's some pages that I manage that I just wasn't going to show names of. So if you have any other pages that you manage for Facebook, those will show up there, and if not, this would probably be blank for you. On the left-hand side, after we clicked the Pages button, you're going to see this Create New Page right here, which I have circled in yellow and have an arrow pointing. That will obviously not be there when you go to this specific page. But this is what we're going to click on to create the page. Now, this is what it's going to look like once you select that. So it's going to be very blank. It's going to be an open canvas for you to be creative and enter some information. So what we want to do is make sure that every single thing is entered to the best of our ability. We really do not want to leave anything blank, okay? The more information that you can put out there, it's going to be easier for your page to be found. So here's what it's going to look like once you've typed in some of that preliminary information. So on the left, you can see that I typed the page name in as Macy Leonard's Insurance. Again, this is just a sample run through to show you. Right below that, you are able to enter 3 categories of what this page is all about. So some examples for you in the insurance industry might be insurance broker, insurance agent, and financial service. There's also consultant out there. Now, this is not open to anything and everything. There are certain categories that Facebook has put into their system that you can choose from. You will have to start typing something for one to come up, but then suggestions will pop up below. So if you start typing insurance, for example, it should show up insurance broker, insurance agent. If you, it might have insurance consultant or financial consultant that shows up, like I said, as well. Now below that, you'll see an option for a description. Here's where I would be somewhat cautious of what you're putting in here. People are not going to be attracted to a very long description. You want to keep it pretty short, pretty sweet. You also want to steer away from saying things like, hi, my name is. This is not an introduction. This is a brief snapshot of what this page does. What is the purpose of this financial group, or what is the purpose of this page, and how is it going to help solve a need for the client that's looking at it? Okay, we need to tailor every message that we're doing on social to the client and helping them solve their problems or realizing their problems. Okay, so for this one, as an example, I just said financial protection services specializing in small business benefits and retirement planning. Now, if you're working in a specific area of, let's say, Nebraska or Minnesota, you might put financial protection services specializing in Lincoln, Nebraska, or specializing in farmers. Something specific so this audience can say a yes or a no quickly as to whether you might be able to help them. So once you are done, and there's some more sections as you scroll down here of what you can add. Once you've entered all this information, and it'll guide you very smoothly through it, at the bottom left here, you're going to click Create Page, okay? After you, there we go. Sorry about that. After you click that Create Page, you'll get a notice, and this is going to be very subtle, so it's not going to change much. It doesn't even reload the screen, but what it's going to say is your page, or in this case, Macy Leonard's Insurance, was created. You can now go add images or go to your page to add more details. Okay, that's what it's going to pop up. So from there, you don't need to go anywhere else. You can stay on the screen, but we do want to continue to add additional details and especially images. So if you guys are aware on social media, one of the biggest features and reasons that social media is popular and exists is because of images and videos. Social media, and the name of the game is entertainment. Okay, so what we want to do here is make sure that every picture that we have, every video that we have is going to be clear. We don't want anything to be blurry. We want to make sure it's relevant. So we wouldn't post about setting up an insurance opportunity with a farmer and put a picture of a cat. Okay, pretty obvious, but it is actually helpful to say that sometimes. So the other thing is we want to make sure that pictures are recent. So if you're uploading a picture of yourself and you haven't gotten an updated professional headshot lately, please do that before you add that picture to your page. If you add a picture that's 10, 15, 20 years old, and you meet up with that client, immediately they're going to feel as if they've been what's called catfished, which means that they were expecting something that they didn't get. Now, I'm not saying that to say that anyone has aged unwell or any of that. It just is part of life that we all change a little bit with every day that passes by, and it's a beautiful thing, I think. So I think we want to embrace that. Now, I will throw out a quick tip. If you are in need of a new profile, a new headshot, and you're not sure where to go, you could always look on Facebook, type in, professional headshots in Lincoln, Nebraska, for example, and you could collaborate potentially with someone else on Facebook. Use them as a way to gain more followers. So when you post your first post on Facebook, if you post the picture that they took and you tag them in it, ask them to share your post that you just posted, and maybe their followers would be interested in looking at your page and following you. So that's one tip. Your other tip, if you're on a tight budget, reach out to the University of Nebraska or any other college in your area and see if there is a photography student who may be interested in taking some headshots at a lower price, and that could be another option for you. So just some ideas to throw out there. Now, there's a couple sites. So let's say you are a one-person show and you don't really have a lot of professional photos to use. Now, I will say if you have the option to take, even on your cell phone, clear pictures of your office, of you and your family, of you and your coworkers, those are going to be phenomenal pictures to use, and that's what's going to resonate the most with your clients, is seeing you guys in action day to day, the real you. If you don't have that ability up front, that's okay. There are several other sites on the web today that you can use to get free images that don't hold copyrights, so you can download these for free, add them to your page. One that I use is called Unsplash, Unsplash. There's also a couple others, Pexel, Pexel, Shutterstock, and even Microsoft Word or PowerPoint can bring up photos for you. So when you go into any of these, again, I'll say them again, Unsplash, Pexel, Shutterstock, or even Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, you simply type in whatever you want to find. In this case, I typed in small business, and it's going to pop up some pictures. You'll see this down arrow right here where you can just click to download. It'll put it onto your computer and you can use that for posts. Now again, having pictures and especially video. Video is extremely popular on social media. And it's very, very important to have either photos or videos with each and every one of your posts because it adds the entertainment element and allows your visitors to quickly determine and define what you do. So if you're just posting words, think of it from your point of view. If you're just looking on Facebook and everyone's just posting words, it quickly gets boring. Whereas if you're posting on Facebook or looking on Facebook and you've seen videos of someone who just started a new business, you're seeing a tour of someone's office, even if it's a home office. Maybe you see a picture of someone and their newborn baby. That is going to integrate with you more. You are going to find yourself being more attracted to those posts and interacting with those posts more. And interaction is key to being found on Facebook and all social profiles. So we'll get to that in a couple slides here. Continuing on with adding to your Facebook page. So you can see here on the left, it gives you the option to update your profile photo. Now I've just uploaded here my professional headshot. And then down below, it'll give you an option to add what's called a cover photo. And as you can see on the right, that is going to be a picture that goes at the top of your page. Now this one is just one that I had downloaded already. It's a family with a cat. So as an insurance broker, if I'm focusing on families, young families, mortgage protection, maybe this would be somewhat of a good picture. Now in my opinion, there's better pictures out there. It was just one that I had downloaded, but pick something that's relevant. If you have a logo for your business, that would be a really good way to include, a really good option to include either as your profile picture or as your cover photo as well. Okay, we need to make sure these pictures, again, are clear and relevant and timely. Okay, there's a lot of yellow on this page. So what this is we have now established, we've gone from, I'm going to flip back here, setting up the page. When I hit save, it's going to transition us to this. So now on the left-hand side where it says Macy Leonard's Insurance, you can see this is my page. If I click on this, it's going to take me to my home screen. So this is what people are seeing, minus what's on the left hand where my mouse is moving. They're going to see your feed in this column, okay? A couple things that Facebook does to help you out in getting your page going and better, I'll say, is to continue to add additional information. So it says set your page up for success, 4 of 13 steps completed, and there's some of these blue dots. You want to go ahead and do everything that it asks you to do that is possible. So establish your page's identity. You can add your website, add your logo, anything and everything that you can do, please do, because again, it helps you be relevant, it helps you be found. Okay, you want to make sure that you're adding as much detail as possible. So with that is as far as it goes with setting up the Facebook page. So let's say that you have gone through all those steps, you're satisfied with your page, and now you want to post your first post. Well, there's a couple ways that you can do that. Right here toward the middle of the screen, you'll see this option that says Create Post, to where you can add a video, a photo, some wording, and simply just create and post right away. However, we all know that life gets busy, and this is probably not the most relevant way or the easiest way for you to be making sure that you're posting consistently. And I'm going to go through in the next couple slides what consistent looks like, how many times a week you should post. So on the left-hand side, you see this Meta Business Suite. So Meta Facebook is owned by Meta. It's a company. But you see this inbox where if people send you messages, you'll be able to chat with them here. But right below that is this button called Planner. Now, when you click on Planner, this is a phenomenal tool that I use for my social clients. It helps you to schedule posts weeks, days, months in advance. And then that way it's going to post automatically and you don't even have to worry about it. So what you're going to do is you're going to hover over a specific day. In this case, I hovered over Wednesday the 9th, which also tells you national days. Apparently Wednesday, February 9th was National Pizza Day. I'm sorry we all missed it, but it is going to tell you some of those. Some are a little bit more relevant, like Valentine's Day, for example. Christmas will also show up. You want to click down below here on Schedule, and this is going to give you the option to schedule a post, schedule a story, or schedule a paid advertisement. So posts are going to be found on your timeline. This is going to be something that is going to stay for the lifetime of your page. People can scroll through. They're going to be able to see it even years from, the day that you post it. They'll be able to go back and see what you've posted. Stories are generally, they do fall off or go away after 24 hours. And then advertisements, obviously, you put some dollars toward. Okay, so for this example, we're going to go through a post that is the most common. So once you click schedule post, it's going to bring up a little box that says, hey, what date and time do you want to schedule this for? It's automatically, in most cases, going to schedule it for a 10 a.m. in your time zone. As you start to post, I recommend posting different days of the week and different times of those days. And over time, Facebook is smart enough to be able to recognize when most of your viewers and followers are looking at your posts, and they'll be able to start recommending certain times. And we'll say this right here: optimal times is when it will start recommending those. Now, obviously, this is a sample page, so I've not done any testing here. So just when you're starting out, choose some different dates and times. So then you'll hit save, and it will take you to this page. Now, this will be blank initially, but here's a sample of what I would do for something as an initial post on your page, and it's more of an introduction post, okay? So what we did here is we clicked in this box to add the text, which is going to be the wording right above. On the right-hand side, you can see a preview of what it's going to describe as your picture, what you want to say. So, hi, my name is Macy, and I'm a financial professional who loves to help business owners and individuals plan for retirement. Comment below with where you're from so I can get to know you. And then I've got 3 what's called hashtags. So let's go through this. The top part is my message, right? This is what I want people to see. It's not overly long, so people will be able to read it quickly, get the gist, and hopefully be more apt to interact with it, meaning like or comment or share. This right here is called a call to action. What do you want your audience to do? Again, I talked about engagement, liking a post, sharing posts, and commenting on posts all help Facebook to realize that your post is entertaining and relevant to your audience. And if it's entertaining and relevant to your audience, it's probably entertaining and relevant to other audiences. So it will then show your post more frequently to other people. So you want to get as much engagement as possible. So I'm asking people to comment below. And then the hashtags are clickable links. So hashtag retirement planning, for example, if someone clicked on this, they would be able to see anyone and everyone who put this hashtag retirement planning on their post. If people are looking, this is one of the ways you'll gain prospects. If people are in Nebraska and they're looking to work with someone for retirement planning, they might search this hashtag Nebraska retirement planners. Okay. From there, it's going to bring up anyone else who has used this as well. So you make sure your posts are compelling, but they'll be able to find you, and they might say, hey, I searched this Nebraska retirement planners. I saw this chick, Macy, come up. She looks decent. She looks a little bit young, but decent. Maybe I'll give her a call and see what she's all about. That's when you'll start getting those leads. Okay. Down below, images, again, relevant, timely, and clear. Location, I always recommend adding a location. It helps people can search their location. So this would show up for anyone in the Lincoln, Nebraska area. And then on the right-hand side, again, it's going to show you what that preview is going to look like. So to be scheduled for February 9th at 10 a.m. Once you click schedule post, it's going to show up in your calendar here and show you exactly what it's going to look like and when. So folks, that's it for setting up a Facebook page, setting up some posts. I do recommend adding stories as well. So what we're going to go through from the rest of the section on, and Kathy, let me know if we're getting close on time or anything, but we're going to go through some of my top tips, okay?
We're doing good, but I do have a couple questions here. Do you got a couple
Sure.
seconds?
Yeah.
Somebody's asking me, do you have to be a registered business within the state? I don't have a business, but I have a lot of consulting independently. I didn't think so, but
you don't. And if you don't have a business, if you don't have a filed business, you can just create a business page for yourself. Like I could have just put Macy Leonard's insurance professional or something like that. So you don't have to have a registered business.
And it does ask, do I need to open a Facebook page to create a business social media page? So that
Yes.
we do. And how many business pages can I create if I create a personal page?
I'm not sure on the limit. I know I've got close to 10 probably, so more than that. I don't think there's necessarily a limit on how many you can create, although I would suggest only one per company. So I would just create one for each business that you have.
Okay, perfect. And just to let you know, we have a lot of agents that actually commented on here that yes, they need help with leads. So this is great.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, that's a perfect transition. Thank you, Kathy. Let's talk a little bit about more how to get more leads on social. Now that we know how to set up that Facebook page, here are some of my top tips. Number one, try to be present on your Facebook page for about 30 minutes to an hour immediately after your post goes live, or set your notifications, and you can do this through your settings on your Facebook page, to on, so you can quickly respond to comments. Now, why would you want to respond to comments quickly? This goes back to what I was saying about engagement. Facebook's algorithm is set up in the way that once a post goes live, it is going to determine the relevancy to your audience based on how many people engage with it and how quickly they engage with it. So there's two parts there. If people start liking and commenting on it, you want to jump on there as quickly as possible to get more. Hey, thanks for liking this. Hey, here's the answer to your question. Oh, thank you for your comment. Again, even if it's from you, that engagement is seen by Facebook, and they're going to push your post to the top of those search feeds of other people's pages. Okay, so respond quickly if possible. The second top tip: continue to experiment with posting dates, times, and content, and give video a try. I can't stress the video enough. Now, I would say videos 1 to 2 minutes maximum. Best is going to be 30 seconds or less, probably. Always keep your closed captioning on, because the majority of videos that are viewed are viewed with sound off, actually. So closed captioning on, try to get a video 1 minute or less out there, even if it's just a quick introductory video of you talking, if it's a walk around of your office, if it's hey, let's interview my latest client that was really happy with my services and get a video review on my page. Those would be some examples. But again, experimenting with posting dates and times will help the algorithm to determine when your audience is viewing your Facebook page or post the most. Be consistent. So you want to start by posting about 1 to 2 times a week. I would increase to a maximum of 5, very maximum 10 times per week, but I would stick to closer to 5 times per week. And only post if you have relevant content to share. So you never want to post just to post, because again, engagement is going to go down because people are saying, you know what, I don't have any entertainment interest in this post. This post doesn't help me. I'm not going to like it or share it or comment on it. It looks like it was just thrown out there so that there's a post. Then the algorithm's going to, downgrade your relevancy score and not show your post as much. So only post if it's something that's going to be relevant and helpful to your audience. Which goes into the next top tip: share content that is entertaining, relevant, and helpful to your audience. So truthfully, we all know no one likes to be sold to, but we get in this mindset when we start to post on social media of, what we all just kind of throw out there, hey, call me today for your insurance. And every once in a while, that's okay. But the best type of content to put out there is something that's going to be helpful to your clients. So put yourself in their shoes. Most people don't know that they need life insurance. Most people don't know how much life insurance they need. Most people don't know that they can protect their income. Most people don't know X, Y, and Z. Ask yourself these questions and post content that can help them understand that. So you might post, hey, deadlines are coming up for XYZ. If you miss the deadline, you might be subject to fines. I can help you avoid them. Call me at this number. You might post, did you know that most Americans need X times their income when they're, purchasing a home in order to, or for their life insurance? Anything like that, that would be a fun fact, I would say. but keep it educational and keep it something that's going to help your audience. So give away what I call free content. Give away something that they feel like they're getting a service for free, but really you're just sharing information that you already know, okay? And lastly, always ask your clients to like your page. So one thing you could start by doing is calling all of your current clients after you set up your business page and say, hey, I've really enjoyed working with you over the past X amount of years. I just set up a Facebook business page, and I was wondering if I sent you a link via email or text or whatever it is, would you go and like that page and maybe even leave me a review? Okay. That could be another good conversation into, hey, by the way, I've got you on the phone. Has anything changed in the last, X amount of months? We've got this new product, and then you could transition into setting an appointment right there. Now, again, this all goes back to client engagement. You want all of your current clients, if possible, and then future clients to like your page. You want as many people to like your page as possible. That will show to others how many people like your page. So ask, ask, ask. Now, one other key that I have, or top tip that I have for gaining leads with social media, is what's called social media listening. I also tack onto here and interacting. Okay, so what does this mean? This means you're watching your social media feed, you're searching for key terms, you're starting conversations, and you're adding follow-up later. So in this example, let's talk a little bit about search. When you go to, and this is specifically on a cell phone, it will look slightly different on a desktop, but not too different. At the top of your screen on Facebook specifically, you'll see this little search bar in gray here that's kind of highlighted by the blue background. If you type in there, they have seeking opportunities. I would recommend new homeowner, newborn baby, anything that might be a life event, for example. You could start searching occupations that you might have good success working with, such as farmers, like I said, or whatever the occupation is. Maybe you search for the location. Type in Lincoln, Nebraska. Type in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and see what comes up. From there, you can go in and you can start liking people's posts. Let me flip back here once. This one, we typed in selling their house, and you can see different posts that come up. So it looks like Matthew Anderson on May 11th of 2017, and obviously these will be more relevant to you when you're looking them up, but said, that they're selling their house, please pass along. So you could go in there, you can interact with it. I also see that 6 other people, it's really small, but 6 other people liked this post. If you click on that, you can see who liked that post. You could go target those people who liked the post and say, hey, I found you on a search on Facebook. I'm actually a financial advisor in your area who specializes in helping clients protect their mortgages. I was wondering if you were in the market or have recently purchased a home, and if I could talk to you about, some of the ways that I could help you. That's another great way to start up those conversations and get some of those leads. So leads will come in eventually organically through your social media as you post more, but it's going to take time, and it will take initial effort up front from you. So you have to be doing some of these outbound outreaches via Messenger, via comments, via likes on Facebook. So make sure that you're doing that. So how to have the conversation. Follow profiles back and follow new users. Now this is kind of depends. I wouldn't follow everyone who follows you, maybe only just the people that you know. Local businesses would be another good one to follow and search for additional opportunities. Check to see if anyone's mentioned you and make sure you interact with that post. If anyone has mentioned you, you say thank you, you comment on it, you like it, you share it. Make sure that you're recognizing those people that are recognizing you, and they're more apt to do it more in the future. Again, respond to messages promptly, and then mention people when possible. If you're working with a local business, and maybe at the end, when the deal is done, you could take a picture together and say, hey, do you mind if I post this on my Facebook business page? I'm going to tag you in it, and you can share it, and that way our audiences can kind of cross, and we can both gain new followers. So asking for an introduction, I gave you some samples. Here's another one. Hey, Kathy, I saw you're friends with whomever on Facebook. I think I can help with XYZ. Can you make an introduction? So this would be someone that you know in person. You know well enough to ask for an introduction, and you're seeing that they're friends with someone who maybe just posted about purchasing a new home, for example, and you're saying, "Hey, can you set up an introduction?" That would be another way to get a lead. Another way to ask for a referral is, again, I've really enjoyed getting to know you. Right now, I'm taking on some openings for new clients. Is there anyone that you can think of who would benefit from similar services? And then taking the conversation offline. It's great to hear that you're looking to protect your financial future, especially now that you've got a new home. And why this is relevant is because you need to get straight to the point. You don't want to send a very long message to the prospect saying, hey, blah, 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 I saw your post, and then you go into this tangent about who you are and where you're from and how long you've been in the insurance industry and what products you sell. I mean, people are going to see that and immediately say, I don't have time. If it's a work email, people will take the time to read it, right? But if it's on social media, this is quick, this is to the point, and this is entertaining and educational and helping them. So you make sure you keep it quick, to the point, and then follow up. And I would say follow up time frame, since I don't have a slide on this, by the way, give it a week. And then if you haven't heard back from someone, send another message out following up. Best practices, again, make it personal, start the conversation, stay friendly, but also stay professional. We don't need to be posting about political things, for example, on our Facebook business page. I would highly recommend staying away from that. Cross promote, again, mentioning people, sharing other people's posts. Keep it short and sweet and include photos or videos. So when and how often should you post? Often, but not too often. That's confusing, right? 3 to 10 times per week. Again, I would keep it closer 3 to 5 times per week, maybe 7, but only post when you've got relevant content. And then best practices is you start to experiment with days and times of when to post. Start by trying with early in the morning, beginning of someone's day, or after the workday or late at night when they're looking at their phones right before bed. Those are typically pretty popular times for people to be on social media. Last couple slides here, we've got tools, and these are not Assurity specific, but these are some tools that can help you make content easy. Consumer Insight, I'll just say answerthepublic.com is a website you can go to, helps narrow down some search results and ranks out some useful phrases that you can use if you're kind of at a writer's block. Alltop.com is looking, if you're interested in sharing news articles or news, anything with the news, you can definitely go find some information there. And then one that I use almost every single day is Canva. This is a really great creative tool to help you create posts and in a creative manner for social media. So Canva is a really good one as well. Assurity specifically, we've got social media kits which have that have posts that are already been created. We've got pictures with them. We've got exactly the wording written out. We've got the hashtags on it. All you have to do is copy and paste it. So Kathy, ask Premier if you guys want some of these, especially to start out with, what can I post that I don't have to come up with myself? We've got some of those for you. And lastly, we do have a social media guide, which is a PDF version that was a little bit different than what we talked about today. Again, if that's something you're interested in, please let Premier know. We'll be more than happy to get that to you. So Kathy, I'll turn it over to you and see if we have any additional questions.
Thank you very much, Macy. This was very informative. I do have a couple more things here. A lot of people are asking if this is going to be recorded, and this is being recorded right now. So we'll get this back out to you as soon as we can. Someone's asking again, I'm interested in creating a website, but I have to be able to go through this step by step. So the recording will be helpful. That'll be good. Basically, everyone's just asking for the recording. Everyone's interested. That's a great thing.
There's a lot of information.
Please tell us again where we can find the copyright-free pictures for posting.
Yep. So Unsplash, Unsplash, Pexel, Pexel, and Shutterstock would be my top 3. And Shutterstock is Shutterstock.
Macy, you did a great job. Very informative information out here. We will try to get this out to everybody. It will take a little bit to get it all generated, put together. If you don't have this within the next, by the end of the week, just give us a holler. We should be able to get it back out to you as soon as possible. For anybody that's got additional questions, please reach out to myself or Kelly or Melissa from the team, 800-365-8208. Our team extension is 607. We are here to help you. We hope this was of great information and knowledge for you, and hopefully with everything that Macy has talked about today, will help you on the road to adding more traditional life leads for your business. Want to thank everybody for being on here. And Macy, you were great, much appreciated. So everybody
Thanks,
have a great
Kathy.
day. Take care. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.